And please keep it going for Chris Williams. Chris Williams, where are you? Woo! All right. Congrats.
Thank you. This place is a lot bigger than I thought it was. So growing up, I had never been to a wedding. I knew a lot of people who have been divorced, but there's no parties for that. So when my mentor asked me to be a groomsbro in his wedding, I said, yeah, absolutely. I'll totally be a part of that. What do you want me to do? And the first thing he said to me was, well, if you want to be a groomsbro, my fiance wants you to cut your hair. And so I don't have a lot of hair now. I mean, it looks like a lot, but I used to have a really big, beautiful fro. Yes. That's cool. But no, I've grown my hair several times, and people like to comment or touch inappropriately, or just kind of like tell me about my own identity. And it's one of those things that has always bothered me, but I've never had the language to totally give to people. My hair has been a part of my life my entire life. And it's only until more recently that I've grown to say, yeah, I'm okay with that. I've always been somebody who wants to please other people. And so for this particular wedding, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna do something special. I'm gonna get it trimmed. So I go to my barber. So other context, I've never seen a wedding. Like, I've never been part of a real wedding that was like, just like some people getting together being like, oh, I'm married. Like, okay, cool. I don't come from a big family, and I don't come from a lot of people who are actually married, so that's not a big concept to me. So when I see people who are like, oh, I'm planning this huge event, I'm like, oh, that party sounds dope. But it's really stressful, as I've seen. Anyone married here? Okay, not me. So, 2 days before this wedding, I go to my barber, and I'm like, yo, let's get this trimmed. And she's like, great, we're gonna trim it up, it's gonna look great, cool. I get home, go to sleep. Next morning, I take a shower, wash my hair, and I look in the mirror and I realize my hair is very uneven. And you can't tell now, but imagine a bowl cut, but like some of the hair is shorter and some of the hair on the side is much longer. So it wasn't very attractive. And I had to buy my suit, and I looked really good in that suit. Shout out to Men's Warehouse. And it was my very first suit. So like, imagine like the first wedding I'm going to that I'm in, looking really good, but my hair looks like a flying saucer. So that whole Friday, I'm wearing a hood. I'm an educator. I was working with little kids at the time as a PE teacher, and I wore my hood all day. And my students, who were always enamored with my hair and my height, because they were like this tall, were like, yo, why are you wearing your hood? And I'm like, don't worry about it. It was literally the first bad hair day I've ever had. And as like as a male, cisgendered male person, like, that's not a thing that we go through, but I was like, damn, I get it. I get it now. I know what that's like. So I go to the rehearsal like that. Like, I wear my hood during the rehearsal. I had to, like, drive down to Half Moon Bay, wear my hood all day, explain to people that I was not trying to explain anything about what I was doing. And I hit up my barber on Instagram, because I'm a millennial. And I was like, yo, you have to fix this. The wedding's tomorrow. It's a Friday, it's a Saturday. You have to fix this. I didn't want to cut it in the first place, but I was asked to do so because I needed to look presentable. So it's just an interesting dynamic because obviously I'm a person of color, but these people getting married are also people of color, and I'm like, you should understand hair better than anybody. So I went back the next day, and I was like, you know what? Cut my hair off. And they cut it off, and I looked amazing. In that suit, with my hair, with my liner, with my glasses, I looked great. But I learned from that day on to never compromise for anyone else, despite their goals. You were getting married? Yeah, that's about you. That's love and commitment. Shit, I'm never gonna know. Just kidding. But I knew if I want to stay true to myself, I need to stay true to myself. And it wasn't until the next wedding that I was in that I was asked to cut my hair. Yeah, it happened again, but that's a story for another time. Thank you.